Hello, everyone. This is Mauricio. I'm with Group 1. I'm going to give you a quick overview of project number 2. So basically, let me share my screen for a second, and let me switch to the project window. So basically, the purpose of this project was to do an analysis on a large two-node network data set, a bipartite graph. So what we identify, we used a proprietary data set containing of basically it's just a transactional data set of product orders at a major retailer. Data was collected for it's the transactional data corresponding to a weekend's worth of purchases. So basically, these are about 123,000 purchases. That's the number of edges, total number of edges in this graph, for 16,000 customers. And basically what they ended up ordering, about 2,000 products. Just quickly, this is the shape of the data. We have an order ID, a product ID, a product description, and a category description. We loaded the data into the graph. Again, we see into a graph, into a directed graph. So basically, we have the orders point to products, and that's the cardinality here. So we have our 18,000 the nodes, the 18,000, it's again the combination of the 16,000 orders times the 2,000 plus the 2,000 products. And they form 123,000 connections in that graph. And the average degrees is 6.6. So it's kind of like the average number of products that people would get. That's what the number. That's the interpretability of this number. We also set some of the attributes. Basically, we set the description, category description. We also looked at this is basically we did the analysis 3 ways. So we did an analysis of the orders to product graph, also the product to product graph, and the order to product graph. Basically, we looked at centrality measures on the product to product graph. We looked at the islands method and also product recommendations. So on the order to product graph, we have calculated 3 centrality measures. From it, we use the degree centrality, the page rank. Basically, these are the 2 that yielded more significant results. Basically, degree centrality is kind of biased a little bit towards the heavy ordered items, such as like bananas, milk. This is the number of items that were ordered, like 2,100. And as we can see, the degree centrality is kind of very linearly related to it. Degree centrality, a page rank in this use case, is actually pretty interesting because it actually tends to rank cigarettes up on top, as opposed to bananas, which is the most heavily ordered item. So this just ranks cigarettes, carbonated soft drinks, and then bananas, and then some other products. So you get a little bit of a different ranking. The reason for that is that, as we know, page rank tends to favor products that are referred from nodes with a low number of edges. So what this means here is that this is actually products that are part of single trips, that people that would go to the store just to buy cigarettes. So if you have a lot of these people doing this, and this is as we know, PageRank tends to favor these types of connections. And then we also, of course, we have the bananas, which are heavy ranker. Which we do if we analyze. So we looked at some of these products and some of these orders, and as you can see, a lot of the orders are just going for cigarettes. As a distribution, actually, a little bit more of a deeper analysis on that. It's just in the interest of time. Let's skip it. Now let's look at analyzing co-products. Here we're looking at the product-to-product relationships. So basically, we take the graph, the directed graph, we turn it to undirected, and then we get the product-to-product projection, which forms a graph comprised of 2167 products, about 288,000 edges. And the average degree is 266. So this is a very, very tightly woven graph. So we have the product islands method. Basically, what we did it on the weight. So the weight is really the number of edges, and we tried these different water levels. We were trying empirically, let's try to increment it by 5, by 10, by 100, and this seemed to be like the more significant. And let's just quickly look at some of them. So at the very low layer, at the bottom of the ocean, at the 5 level, which means products that were ordered concurrently at least 5 times. Again, for the weekend, it's probably a little low, the number. So we have this big hairball. But we also have like some at the same level, we have two separate. This is a connected graph of at that level. It also creates this connected graph, fully connected graph at that level. For instance, shorts and the tops for the short. They're all ordered together at kind of at the same level. And it's a legit connection. So we see the same thing also for, this is the shorts for girl. We have the shorts for boy, which also happen to be ordered at that level. We get the same thing for the swimwear. The tops for the swimwear and the bottom for the swimwear, of course, they have to be ordered together. So that's what yields to that strong connection between the two, such as plastic pots and potting soil. Yeah, that's, again, legit. As we go up in the higher levels of the graph, so we're still looking at the 5. So there's a small little islands in the bottom at the bottom of the ocean. Let's kind of fast forward this a little bit. For instance, with the weight of 200. This is a smaller, actually a smaller island, but it's more significant. This is a stronger peak. This is probably like the family basket, things that are ordered together. You see watermelon, bananas, grapes, you see cherries, you see veggies, you see carrots, you see raspberries, you see a lot of products that are kind of core to the basket, potato chips, cottage cheese, etc., etc. These are even more core products. This is at a level of 350, I'm sorry. We have cucumbers, bananas, raspberries, eggs, and at the very top of the topmost featured island in this graph is bananas and milk. These two products are so tightly correlated that you will not have a supermarket without them. So that was that. So we also try to look at some product recommendations. And the product recommendations, we tried some of the traditional methods such as PageRank, so the ranking, and that didn't really yield to very significant measures. We tried the edge between the centrality. At the end, what really we ended up doing, just after a lot of trying a lot of these measures, and none of them really worked well. None of them really yielded significant relationships. Was really treating this as a Bayesian network. Basically, so we have a node A node. So if I'm want to get the recommendations for a product, I would basically have a node A, and I have all the products that are connected to it. These are the all the B nodes. So basically, I'm calculating every single probability of A and B. I have given that I have X quantity of A, X quantity of B, and the weight of the edge. So we can easily calculate that, and based on that, and that will be the ranking measure for the edges and for the connections for recommending other products, other nodes, other node Bs. So for instance, for vodka and flavor, now we have a very significant representative, a good list. So for instance, it recommends mixers, whiskey, rum, gin, beer, water, avocados. For toilet paper, we have paper towels, milk, laundry detergent. This is probably things that people order also in the same thing. For the shorts, we also recommend the skirts, also the tops, the leggings, the short girl, the active wear for girls. And notice that this is I purposely kind of selected some of the girl products. For bananas, etc., etc., plastic pots indoor, ceramic pots, fountain pot, etc., etc. So the conclusion of this project is that well, we can get a good value from centrality measures and the product recommendations we're able to get to work. So that's the end of the show. Thank you very much.